Baba, cheese lovers. Today we are talking about the queen of blue cheese, Roquefort. Roquefort was the first AOC recipient in 1925, but in fact, Pliny the Elder references this cheese over 2,000 years ago. The name Roquefort means strong rock, and the origin story is a classic tale in cheese. It starts with this shepherd eating some lunch of bread and cheese on a rock in front of a cave in Roquefort. All of a sudden, he was distracted by a beautiful woman. Some say she was naked, and he forgets his lunch. He comes back sometime later and discovers the moldy bread and cheese. But he's hungry, so he still eats it, and voila! He realizes Roquefort cheese is delicious. In today's world, only 7 producers remain who follow the strict rules of the AOC. Number 1, whole raw milk. Number 2, rennet must be applied to the milk within 48 hours. Number 3, it can only be made and aged in Roquefort-sur-Soulzon. Number 4, it has to be made from Lequan sheep. Number 5, the penicillium has to come from the caves in Roquefort. Now, the cheese that I work with at Columbia Cheese is from Maison Carles, which was founded in 1927 by Francois Carles. Today, his granddaughter Delphine took over, and she took over in 1997. They manage their own herd. The curd is cut and mixed by hand. They grow their mold on locally baked bread, and the cheese is aged on oak boards for a minimum of 3 months. Now let's try some. All right, when it comes to blue cheese, you can't really squeeze it within your fingers because it's kind of messy. Ooh. Off the nose, I get the smell of like a damp cellar and mold. Let's eat some. Wow, this cheese packs a punch. First off, very salty. You gotta like salt because this is in fact a salt bomb. The flavor is very intense. I'd give it some cool names like unctuous and potent. You can taste the penicillium roqueforte. You can get a sense of the pasture. There's a lusciousness, a richness to the milk. It's also a bit peppery / spicy. I get a little bit of like stone fruit apricot, and there's a tremendous amount of wonderful acidity. This cheese is not for the faint-hearted, but if you love blue cheese, you gotta learn to love Roquefort because she's the queen. Boo-ba-ba, cheese lovers!